Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Pyramids versus Sagrada Esperanca. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Let's get into this with the first goal of the match. So this comes from a set piece. I think it is a set piece. Alright, Alright, so it actually comes from a corner. They decide to play it short. And then now, it's one of those situations where, you see this guy here? I don't know if he's trying to shadow block, but I do feel he could have come a bit closer to help out his teammate. They've played it short. He's trying his best, but I do feel he could have done a bit better to try and persuade the defender to pass one side. He could have definitely gone there to help because there's not much he's doing here. He's doing an okay job. He's on the edge of the box. In case the ball rebounds, he'll be the first to kick it away. Same thing with the attacking team. They also have a man near the D. Alright, so this is an interesting thing. I think this is just mainly zonal because you've seen here the defensive players. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like they seem to be marking each other, or they're anticipating the attacking team to make a run into the box. But let's see what happens when the ball is crossed in. Alright, so the ball gets crossed in, and the man is alone. There are 1, 2, 3 players here, another melee here, and they are trying to go zonal. But now that's the thing. I'd rather have like a mix of zonal and man marking. Alright, so as the cross comes in, alright, so you've seen that piece of movement there. Okay, let it just load. You see, they move outwards, and then they start moving inwards, especially this guy here and this guy. Now the problem with the defensive players, all of them are looking at the ball and they are not looking at their man. It's a tricky thing, but sometimes just put your hand out. If you can touch your marker, it means you're close enough. If you can't, start looking at the ball. Start looking at your man. Don't focus on the ball too much. But you know what I mean. It's practice. You get better the more you do it. Alright, that was the first goal. Alright, so another worry. We can put a line here. And he is all marked alone. I'm assuming this came because I think the attacking team here decided to play the ball in between, not really in between, but in this region here, and then they decided to switch it, I'm assuming. And then now it pushed all the defensive players that side, leaving this guy to have a free run on goal. Oh, sorry, let me just do that. And then he puts it in well, but the keeper could have done better. Alright, it's a good strike. It's a good strike. Alright, so he came to try and defend him, and then he spots the danger, but unfortunately, it's one of those things whereby you think you've done your job as a defender by at least trying to make the angle as hard as you can for the striker, but this is an incredible strike. But I do feel the keeper does gamble, because you see, he takes a step to the right, and then now the player scores into the space the keeper left. But that is a good strike. That is a good strike. But the keeper here, you see, as the shot is about to be taken, so I'll pause and play as quickly as I can so that we can see it in a bit of slow motion or, frame rate, something like that. You see, he anticipates the ball going to the other corner. Let me do that real quick again. You see, he takes a step to the other side, and then it allows the striker to hit. But let's take nothing away from the striker or the person that scored the goal. That is an amazing hit. That is amazing. One more time, because, oof. That is an amazing strike. Alright, so ball is played through. Ball is crossed. And the fact that as they are running, alright, he's trying as much as he can to stop that cross. Nothing much he can do. So what happens here is one of those things whereby you're not close to the ball, but you're observing it such that you're taking steps towards the ball that you're not noticing, so what happens is that this player ends up going to this side, and what he's doing is that he's leaving a space in between him and his center back, in which one of the strikers does exploit but does not make the best use of. You see there, ball comes in, he's been focusing on the ball for so much, he's been moving in the direction of the ball, but he does not notice the space is created for the striker to pass through, and should have done better. But that's a great movement by the striker here. Alright, so here we have a chance. I think this is I don't know if this is deflected or it goes straight through. Alright, so yeah, in the box, this player here has the ball. And as much as, yes, he is concentrating on the player that has the ball, he also has another eye for the person making the run. Because he knows that if a ball is played here, there is this gap that the ball can be played into, and you know that's very dangerous. So he hesitates to get the ball from the attacker. This is why it's very important to make runs in football. Just make a run. You never know what space you could open up. So yeah, that takes his attention. So I do think he could have helped his teammate because he is marking him. He cannot do anything about the player behind him. And then I don't know what stance he takes here, but this is just way too much open space. That is way too much open space and lack of pressure. And that's a good goal. That's a very good goal. Yeah, they just watched him in the box. I know it's one of those things where you try not to be brash or rush for the ball in the box, but they could have made a better effort to try and, I don't know, offset the striker, but that is a good strike. Alright, another attacking situation here. Striker, okay, this is one of the things I've noticed so far, even before the goal is scored. Space. So much space in between the two center backs, so much space. And then here, another runner that is unmarked who also has a free run on goal. But otherwise, let's see what happens. Ball is played. And I don't know if he misplaces it. I don't know if he just leaves it, but it just slips through. And it's actually a combination of both that I mentioned. The runner that was not tracked, that was on the near left side, and the runner that was on the right side, that was also not tracked. And he puts it in the net. I mean, look at this. I think this might also be a transition goal because everyone is running to the defense. Could be a transition goal too. And yeah, it's just like not tracking your runners. So he passes it here. He is focusing on this. He is focusing on this. No, everyone here is looking at the ball. He is looking at the ball. He can see the man. He can see him, but unfortunately his attention is also here. His attention is also on the ball. We have about 3 players focusing on the ball, and very few, or if none of them, are focusing on the 2 players making a run. So, oh, it's a pass actually. That's a good nutmeg though. That is a good nutmeg. Alright, another counter attack here. Oof, this guy is quick because I think he was actually behind the 2 defenders and then he finds himself in front. Because he is here, right? He is here. This is a counter attack. Everyone is running back to their goal. Look at that. I think it's also because they also stop running diligently, so he runs. The guy is quick. But unfortunately, he puts himself offside. And then now he does the one thing you don't want to do, which is try to make a challenge because it most likely fails. What you want to do is just continue running back. Run back as much as you can. Just continue running. Just so that you hope the player makes a mistake. This is way too soon to say, let me try to make a last-ditch tackle. This is way too close. This is way too soon. And just like that, you're taken out. He should have done it near the 18-yard box, so in the box, but that was too early to do. They continue running. I don't know how he scores that. Alright, so there's the last man here. Okay, at least he does something. He moves towards the striker so that he tries his best to block off the lanes for passing. But genuinely, I don't know how this goal went in. I do not know. Yeah, good finish, but I don't know. Maybe the keeper would have done better. Alright, so they also have the ball. He drags it down the line. What I like here is that he drags it down the line and he plays it into space. And now this is actually some smart play. He pretends that he's going, because he was never going to, it would have taken some strike. So he does a smart thing. He leaves it for his teammate and his teammate slots. That's a lovely goal. That is a lovely goal. And I admire him running back to take the ball to the halfway line, even though his team is down. Alright, another situation where, yes, the player is coming in, the player is moving forward towards your goal, but you're trying to defend it, right? But unfortunately, they move this side, which will eventually create the space in which the goal is scored because there is no one here, and that's where the strike was taken. But otherwise, good on the attacking player for recognizing where his teammates were. Look at that. That's smart. That's good. That's brilliant. Otherwise, 5-1. Great match, great attacking goals, and a great CAF match. That was a good match filled with a lot of attacking goals. Otherwise, this has been my match analysis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.